Hello everyone, it's Dr. Laura Mock here. Welcome to another one of my video podcast episodes. Thank you so much for listening. This is my 22nd episode and very exciting news. I built myself a website this week. It's my first website, so it might not look super special, but I think it's pretty nice. It's got some great content already and I'm going to be adding more. The address of the website is thelifecoachforbusydentist.com, and I'll put it in the show notes. I might even try to put a little banner here. I know other people do that. I haven't actually learned how to do that on YouTube, but I'll see if I can do it. Give it a look. I would love to get feedback from you all as far as what you think looks good or what you think could be improved. Like I said, it's my first time making a website, so I'm very open to suggestions. And today our video is going to be on how I transformed my practice. So I bought a practice about 8 months after I graduated from dental school. I was almost 33 years old when I bought it because I was a non-traditional student when I started dental school. And I bought it from a super great guy. And he had owned the practice for approximately 10 years before me and had run it in kind of a small town, sort of friendly kind of way. He was very conservative. He didn't do a whole lot of extra treatment or expanded services. And he was just before me. He had stopped taking new patients. He had 3 treatment rooms and was perfectly happy, just wanted, to get closer to that step of retirement. So I purchased it from him, and then he worked for me for the next 5 years. And so what we did was the other side of the building that we were located in had another dental office that was another 3 treatment rooms. And so I just took over that space and we went back and forth between the 2 offices and made it one practice. So then we were a 6 operatory practice, 2 dentists, and at first I basically didn't really have anything to do at all because everyone was very used to him and very loyal to his brand, which naturally that's the way it would be. So I would sit over there and wait for people to be willing to see me. Maybe they'd let me do their exam or do a filling on them because the other guy was booked out for a while. I took all the new patients, which was very generous of him. It helped me a lot as far as growing the practice. And 3 to 5 years later, we were pretty busy by then. Not maybe as busy as I am now, but I definitely had full days by the time I had owned the practice for 3 years. And we were open over 5 days a week because we were every other Saturday or so we saw patients. So 5 1/3 days per week we were open. And then he retired about 5 years after I bought the practice, and shortly after that the associate that I had hired decided to move away. So then it was just me. And for a while I was working those 5 1/3 days a week, and I was commuting from 45 minutes away, so my days were really long. My nanny was getting the kids up and ready for school every day. I didn't even see them in the mornings. And when I got home, I was just so tired. I wasn't used to doing the work of 2 dentists, and I didn't want to look at any more teeth for sure by the end of the week. And I got to a point where I just knew that something really needed to change. I wasn't really enjoying it anymore, and I was just in endurance mode all the time. So what I'm going to do is explain how I changed the practice, and I did get some help from a consultant, the Blatchfords. It's kind of a father-daughter team, but also the father, Bill, his wife, Carolyn, is very much involved as well, and I admire all 3 of them, plus their entire team has really helped me out quite a bit. So what I'm going to describe is loosely based on their program, and if you want to learn more about it, let me know. Or if you have questions for me about how I did it and how we work things now, feel free to ask, because I have to say it's a pretty sweet deal the way we have it now. You'll see. So the first thing that I did was I changed my vision for who I am as a dentist and who we serve in our practice. Before, I tried to make everybody happy. When I first bought the practice, I believed that if I didn't make anybody mad, that meant I was doing a good job. And that included the patients and the employees. I just tried to keep it the same as my seller did it and just do things the way he did. And, if one person wanted me to be this way, then I'd bend this way. And if another person wanted me to do something else, I'd bend the other way. And I would just try to be as accommodating as I possibly could be. And that, I think, was one of the reasons why I was so tired and not really enjoying myself anymore. So what I did instead is I defined what I think makes me special as a dentist, and I decided to try to attract patients to me who liked who I am. For example, I have an uncanny ability to make people feel like I have really heard them. They feel very connected after they talk to me, after I interview my patients. And so I decided to try to market to people who had had bad experiences in the past and were looking to start over with a new dentist. And just kind of be there, just people who are naturally attracted to my personality instead of trying to be this way for that person and that way for somebody else. And that seemed to work out really nice. And the other thing that I did in my vision is I raised my expectations for the patients. So, for example, the part of my vision describes that my patients show up for their appointments and they pay me for my services, things like that, and that they appreciate what we do and they enjoy coming to see us. When you set a vision like that, then when there's decisions to make, daily decisions or bigger decisions, you always have the vision to go back to help you say, well, does this fit our vision? And I'm telling you, it's a wonderful question to ask, and it made a huge difference in my practice. Another thing that I did, and this was definitely Blatchford directed, was I increased the efficiency of my days. And I did this because I wanted to work way fewer days than I was working. So the Blatchfords taught me how to protect my profitable time using block scheduling. And they also taught me how to make sure that my employees were cross-trained, because once everyone's cross-trained, you don't need quite as many employees there and you can get more done because anybody can do anybody else's job. Nobody has any downtime in our office. Everyone is working from the moment we come in until the moment we're done. We're helping each other. We're getting everything done as much as possible. And then also I initiated a program to incentivize my employees for their productivity. And we do this in two ways. One is with a group bonus, my employees bonus as a group instead of as individuals. And we basically share a percentage of what we collect for the month, subdivided between the employees. And they love that. And the other thing is that they're incentivized by more time off than basically anybody else could give them. So basically, and this is directed by the Blatchfords, we take off now 8 weeks a year. And each of my employees gets at least 6 weeks of paid vacation. And the other 2 weeks of the year, they're taking their turns answering the phone in the office while we're closed. And what that does for me is it makes it so that I always am at least 8 weeks or less away from my next break, which means that I'm always feeling refreshed for my patients and ready to make the best suggestions for their care and ready to be mentally and physically present for them when it's their turn for me to put my high-speed handpiece in their mouth. The other thing that we did is we decreased our schedule per week from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and some Saturdays to Monday through Wednesday all day. And then Thursdays, we work 9 to 3, and we don't always see patients on those Thursdays. I would say about half the Thursdays we see patients. And a lot of times it's just hygiene that sees patients. So what we did is we did the math to figure out how much we needed to get done in the days that we are working so that the days that we're not working, it was still even. And we went from working 245 days a year to approximately 150 with the same amount of collections. So let me know if you want to hear more about how we did that, but it was pretty amazing. A couple more things that we did that made a really big difference, I believe. So we elevated the level of care that we were giving in the practice. So before it was very much bread and butter, get her done kind of dental care, and we elevated it. I took a massive amount of CE for several years in a row. I'm almost done with the Cois Continuum. I stopped putting alloy fillings in, and I only do the tooth colored ones now. And I learned how to use a laser for laser gum surgery, and we learned how to do CAD/CAM restorations. I learned how to do sleep apnea and aesthetic work. We really, and clear aligner ortho. So we have just really expanded what we can offer our patients in our office. Plus, I have learned how to do some really cool implant supported dentures that nobody else in my town does that I know of. I'm pretty sure not. I don't place the implants yet. That's one thing that I haven't done. The other thing that we've done is we've really improved our listening skills as a group. We've learned how to ask better open-ended questions and ask questions to figure out how we can help patients get to the care that they want. So as I mentioned, I'm not quite done with all of the things that I would like to do to transform my practice, and I'm guessing that I never will be done. But some of the things that I've been working on lately are to decrease my dependence on insurance. I've started a membership club for patients who don't have insurance so that they can pay a monthly payment directly to my practice that will cover their hygiene care and then also give them a discount for any restorative work that they want done. And like I said, I haven't finished Cois yet, but I have that goal for the next year, and also to learn how to place implants and to increase my sleep apnea practice. And a lot of those things are, just trying to do things that maybe dental insurance isn't as much of a factor in, because as I've gotten farther down this line, sometimes I kind of feel like I'm just working for the dental insurance company, and I'm trying to get away from that. So those are some of the things that I'm working on. Let me know if you have any suggestions for me, or if you want to hear more about how our practice works. I would love to share. And as always, I would love it if you could give my video a like or a share, or please subscribe on YouTube and check out my new website. And everybody have a great week. Thank you very much.